You've just touched on Speedway, and I'm glad you brought that up. What was your involvement with Speedway, and what was Suzuki Motors' involvement with Speedway? Is that some of the expertise?
That goes back a long way. It goes back to Jeff Perry, really. Jeff Perry's uncle, he had a son, Dennis, who was keen on Speedway. Very sad story too, and Albie Perry was a very clever tradesman, unbelievable. And he built what we call a TQ, which was a smaller midget with motorcycle engines. And Albie asked if I would do a motor for that, and we did a T500 on alcohol, which was we won 3 New Zealand championships with that. Unfortunately, Dennis never ever drove it. We finished it all. It was the summer, and he was a mechanic. Come home one day and said, I've got a hell of a headache, and had a brain bleed and died. So a friend of ours, Paul Sutherland, Albie got him to drive that, and I did all the motor on that. So that was the start of Suzuki's, and then we went to 754 strokes, and I did a whole lot of motors, lots of motors for them. G6R 750. I won 7 New Zealand TQ championships with my motors over the years, and still got them running today, 2 of them.
Fantastic.
So yeah, that was that side. Then I built my own TQ and raced, and went good, built all my own car and motor. And then I bought a midget, and well, I didn't buy a midget, actually my brother-in-law bought it for me, a beautiful Cosworth midget, and I raced that. I sort of still, I don't know, 45, 46, still racing. In between that, I built a go-kart with a 250 motor on it, which I put on alcohol. I won every race you could win in New Zealand, wasn't it?
Yeah,
So,
with all the success, were a lot of people knocking on your door to do work for them,
yeah,
to
I
build
had
motors
lots
for
of
them?
people all the time, still ring up, but you can only do so much, and I didn't charge anything for it. You know, it was just for love, really. All that was for love, you know. So, and meeting neat people, and just friendships for life. And you know, Roger Freeth was another one when Jeff died. Roger Freeth had just started to road race, was struggling a bit, and he came to me and asked me if I would help. And we had a fantastic relationship, won Bathurst 4 times.
Wow.
Won 31 New Zealand Championship road
Wow.
race, Roger did with Ken McIntosh, and Rod Coleman had also give Roger a RG500. And then I lost him as well. He went rally driving and co-driving with Possum Bourne and got killed in Australia. So yeah, lots of people I've lost. Unfortunately, lots of lovely people. Isle of Man here, you know, but that's part of the racing and sport, I guess.
Isle of Man, you've been there?
No, I don't like it.
Okay.
I just hate people getting killed all the time there. We lost 2 or 3 good people, New Zealand's friends. And yeah, it's a great place, they say, but I would never relax going to the Isle of Man, watching them go around there, knowing the dangers of it, you know, so, but people love it, so yeah.
Modern day racing, who's the boy that you like?
What, New Zealand wise, or? Oh, there's 3 or 4 people really, you have to say, in modern day racing. The young guys are great, you know, I mean, Rosty's won it a couple of times, and you know, Tony Rees has done a hell of a job. There's a lot of them really. It's very competitive. This year's the most competitive I've ever seen Formula 1 racing in New Zealand. Daniel's doing a hell of a job. He went over to England and hurt himself badly twice. He's come back and he's bounced back really good.
He's looking strong. He looks like he's not carrying any injuries. Yeah.
No, he's good. So yeah, those people I can take your head off to. You know, that's what makes the world go round. I think. You know, the young people that put effort into things. You know, I'm very sad about the technology of young people today. Sitting on the couch all day. The second biggest sport watched is some people playing on games. You know, and to me it's sad really. And they say we'll lose a generation through it. You know, I think it's possible too. You know, so anyway, that's like you can't change life and where it's going. That's technology. You know, progress, I guess that you call it. But yeah.
Not all progress is good.
No, I know. Well, it's not. That's been proved over the years. A lot of times you make the same mistake twice, which is a bit sad. You know, you look at economy and that, they go through the same things twice or three times and no one learns from it, you know. It's sad really, but anyway.
Have a drink.
Yeah, certainly I'm going home.
Now we've got a couple more. Just got two more, all right? Two more.
What do you think I am?
You're a legacy, all right? You're a legacy.
Don't say that.
Okay, no, mate, you are. There's not many companies, especially in the motorcycling piece, and I've been coming here only for a decade plus, right? And the time that I've come here, I can think of half a dozen motorcycle shops that have closed their doors and have gone to the wall. There's one that's going to close very soon, which has been around for a long time, Red Baron, which was Colemans, you know. What gives Colemans Suzuki the longevity that they have?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I think we're very basic. I think we treat people as people. We enjoy what we're doing. Alistair does a hell of a job, I think. I went through what we all go through, marriage, split ups, which is sad. And Alistair was in our spare parts when that happened, and I said, would you like to buy in? And a lot of businesses, the partnerships, don't work. This one's worked fantastic, and that's all Alistair. You couldn't get a better person as a partner or a person. And that's one of the reasons it's got stronger, I think, you know, because in the last few years, your body wears out a little bit, and your passion wears out a little bit, and everything gets slowed down a little bit, and Alistair's just left me alone and said, which has been fantastic.
I think there's a lot of love and respect there.
Well, I think, from my point of view, there is for Alistair. He's been unbelievable to me, because I was useless when you go through those things you go through, and he just stood there, so I'll never forget that.
It was Alan's last day, and as he gets ready to ride off into the sunset, what are your first thoughts?
There isn't going to be a last day. Alan is still going to turn up at least twice a week. He is still going to be involved in this business, and might actually get him to do more work than he used to, actually. Yes. He is always connected to Colemans Suzuki, and he's a legend, and people come in every day asking, is Alan Franklin, is Ace here? Most people think they're special being called Ace, but no, I'm sorry, that's generally everybody's Ace.
Whilst it's exciting for you now, I suppose you're looking forward with Colemans Suzuki and the business and the products that you sell. What's one of the things that you personally will miss with Alan not being around the office every single day?
Definitely keeping an eye on the workshop too. He was awesome at that. He'd do at least 300 circuits around the shop every day, doing his clockwise lap. His general humour and keeping up with day-to-day gossip, as he was good at. Just his person, he's an awesome dude.
The guys at Suzuki New Zealand, and I know Tom Peck has been around for many, many years.
Yep.
Alan probably trained him.
Maybe.
For those guys, and you've touched on customers, you've touched on some of the team, we'll come back to that. For the guys in the industry and what have you, how was he regarded, you feel?
Yeah, like I've said over and over again, respect, and such a knowledgeable engine builder, Suzuki through and through. He knows a lot about anything on two wheels, and even sometimes four wheels.
The culture, the banter, the humour around the place, is that something that you feel the team will miss, especially the boys in the service department?
They won't miss it because it's still going to carry on. We still have a good time here, and that's not going to stop, especially while I'm here. I'm probably the worst sometimes. I have a bit of fun. It's not going to stop. But he comes in, and straight away he comes in, even today. Oh, you doing any work, Ace? Well, stop pissing around. Same.
you guys had a pretty strong relationship, you know, and outside of business, probably more on a personal level.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it coming to a close?
Yeah, well, we're like family really. It's been a long time, and you know, when I first bought into the company, which was a long time ago, yeah, it was hard really, and you know, business was hard, and then recession come along, and that was hard as well, and yeah, you become close, and like I said before, you know, I would do things probably a little bit more extreme, and he would be the mediator and say, hang on, what about, you know, a different direction, or yeah, we always work close together. We'll have our daily meetings.
So yeah, I think Colemans, I really hope that it's got a great future, and I think it has because of Alistair. And you got to look at the basis of it, you know, it's his now, so it's a little bit better for him. I was an overhead, you know, so that's gone, and I'm just hoping it can make him really successful and enjoy it. The only thing I'd like is not stay here for 44 years.
Oh, mate, well, you know,
because, you know,
all potential's there.
I think, Troy, if you look, I don't know whether that's a good thing for a human being and you know, your life. I think to set in your ways, to, you know, I don't know what the answer is there. I think if I ever did it again, I'd do it differently a little bit. Not sure how, but I sort of have had 2 jobs in my whole life.
Oh, yes.
So, you know, most people, they say, have 11 by the time they're 30, you know, so I guess that's what's changed, you know, so yeah, I wouldn't change anything for anything, now, you know, looking back. I've been through, you know, I had a partner when I bought it off the South African family, and we went through some hard times, I can tell you, but you get through them, you know, and that makes you stronger at the end of the day. It's definitely not a business where you're going to be a multi-millionaire, and that's where the passion comes in, you know. You know, I think if you have a good lifestyle and you got health and all that, yeah, the money's not the end thing, you know. It's yeah.
Ace. Where did Ace come from?
Troy, that come from that I've always never been able to remember anyone's name. So the easiest thing was that everyone was Ace, and that came years and years ago when we went up to Singapore. Graham Lawrence and Kenny Smith, they were racing cars, we were racing bikes, and then it started there, and it is never. Graham Lawrence is a good friend of mine still, and still that Ace thing, and then my sons involved was just as friends in the Australian V8s.
No, that's right.
And one of his friends worked there, and he started the Ace, and they rang me up and says, can we use this Ace over there? And it was just one of those things, you know. We had fun with it a little bit, but yeah. So yeah, that's really how it came about. Yeah.
Well, as a salute to Alan Franklin, we're going to be using Ace in the Colemans cruises for the Ace Day out. Oh yeah, no, you got royalties on that, mate. You got royalties on that. So look, final question, and I know that you know, we're at Christmas Eve and I've kidnapped you and basically, you know, stuffed you in the room.
A lot to do, you know.
Is what now for Alan Franklin? What are you looking to do, mate?
Very hard thing to say, Troy. I've been laying in bed for 6 months, not sleeping, not knowing what the next stage of your life is. And I guess it's quite funny because your body is control of that, I think, at the end of the day. It's the way we're built, I think, you know. I call it evolution and, you know, all that stuff, and I'm not a God believer really. I just believe in treating people how you need to be treated and do good. So as the time's gone on, the will's there, but the way's not so much. So it makes it easier to make that decision to stop a little bit. So, and what really brought home to me a couple of weeks ago, my daughter says, listen, Wednesday morning, get up early and we'll go and do the Christmas shopping because you always do it on Christmas Eve and you're panicking. And I got up and we went to Sylvia Park at 9 o'clock on a Wednesday morning. Never done that in my life because I've always come here.
Yeah.
And I walked around Sylvia Park and had a coffee with my daughter. I said, hold it, this is not so bad. You know, this is what getting old is about, I think, you know. So, I've got a few old bikes and a lot of people that want me to do things. I'm just going to see, Troy, how that plans out. I've got a garage at home with all gear in it and things, and I need to do some work in my house, and I like things right, and I haven't done it all day. So, Troy, I'll just see what plans out. But my family important. I've got lovely grandkids. One of them rides a little motocross bike, and so I'll just see where that goes, and hopefully I can spend the time there. Yeah.
Well, look, mate, it's been an honour to be able to do this today. You know, I love you. On behalf of Alistair, the team, your customers, the people that come here, you've touched a lot of people in your life, whether you know it or not. Right?
Thank you.
And best of luck.
Nice knowing you.
Best of luck for the future. Awesome, man.
For Alan Franklin, I have a lot of respect for. He is the Colemans Suzuki. Everyone knows Colemans Suzuki as Alan Franklin.